Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Ms. Lily English. I'm Lily, and I'm so happy you're here with us today.
And I'm Jason. Thank you for joining again. We're here to help you practice real-life English conversations, the kind you can actually use every day.
Exactly. And before we dive in, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. It really helps our English family grow.
So, Lily, let's start with a fun question. What time did you wake up this morning?
Oh, too early. Around 6 a.m. The sunlight came right through my window, and my cat Milo was already meowing for breakfast. Basically, my cat is my alarm clock.
That's cute. My alarm clock is a little more traditional, my phone. I woke up at 7 a.m., hit the snooze button twice, and thought, maybe 5 more minutes.
Oh, I know that feeling. Sometimes the bed is just too comfortable. But you know what? How we start the morning can really affect the whole day, right?
Totally agree. So tell me, what's your morning routine like?
Well, I always start my day by drinking a glass of warm water. Then I do a few stretches to wake up my body. After that, I make some oatmeal with fruit, something light and healthy.
That sounds great. My morning starts with one very important thing: coffee. Without coffee, I can't even think straight. I go straight to the kitchen, boil some water, and make a strong cup of black coffee.
I admire your dedication. Do you usually eat breakfast too, or just coffee?
Usually something quick, a banana or toast with peanut butter. Nothing fancy, just enough to survive until lunch.
I like that honesty. While I eat breakfast, I usually listen to a short English podcast or review some vocabulary. It's my little habit, learning something new before work.
That's actually a brilliant idea, and that's something our learners can try too. If you want to sound natural in English, you can say things like, I get up at 6, I make breakfast, I brush my teeth.
Yes, simple but powerful. And when someone asks, "What's your morning routine?" you can say, "I wake up early. I take a shower. I have coffee." Easy and clear.
Speaking of showers, Lily, how do you get ready for work? Is it chaos or calm?
A bit of both. I laugh. Sometimes I can't find my favorite shirt, but usually I take a quick shower, choose my outfit, and do light makeup while listening to upbeat music.
That sounds nice. Music always makes things faster. For me, it's a bit more chaotic. I check my phone, read messages, get distracted, and then suddenly realize I'm late.
Oh, so relatable. But those moments are also great for practicing English. You can say things like, "I get dressed," "I pack my bag," "I check my phone."
Right. Why don't we practice together? Everyone listening, repeat after us. I get dressed. I pack my bag. I check my phone. Perfect. Great job, everyone.
Well done. Now let's move to the next part, commuting to work or school. Jason, how do you usually go to work?
I usually take the bus. Every morning I wait at the same bus stop near a bakery. The smell of fresh bread is like heaven, but it's also torture because I'm always tempted to buy some.
That sounds delicious. I take the subway. It's crowded, but I enjoy watching people. Everyone has their own morning story. Students with headphones, office workers holding coffee cups, sleepy faces everywhere.
That's such a great observation. There's this rhythm in the city. The footsteps, the engines, people rushing, but still half asleep.
Exactly. And that's why questions like, "How do you go to work?" are so common in English. You can answer, "I go to work by bus," or "I take the train," or "I drive to work."
And when someone asks, how long does it take? You can say, it takes about 30 minutes. See? Super easy.
Okay, let's give our listeners some practice. Jason, how do you go to work?
I go to work by bus.
And how long does it take?
It takes about 25 minutes.
Perfect. Now, you guys try. Say it out loud. I go to work by, and add your own way.
You can also say, I walk to school or I ride my bike. These are very natural daily expressions.
Jason, do you ever talk to strangers on the bus?
Sometimes, when the bus is late, people start complaining together, and suddenly we're all friends for 5 minutes. It's like a tiny morning community.
That's actually so sweet. And for our learners, here are some friendly sentences you can use. It's a busy morning. The bus is so crowded today. They're polite and friendly. Perfect for small talk.
Oh, and here's something important. We say on the bus, not in the bus. The same for on the train or on the subway.
Great reminder. And when you arrive, you say, I get off the bus or I get off the train. Those are very common phrasal verbs.
Vocabulary spotlight time. Get on means to enter a bus or train. Get off means to leave it. Example, I get on the train at 7 a.m. and get off at Central Station.
Perfect explanation. Everyone, let's say it together. Get on. Get off. Awesome.
Lily, what do you usually do during your commute?
I usually listen to English songs or sometimes just look out the window and plan my day, what I'll do first, what I need to finish before lunch.
That's a great habit. I often watch short English videos or read the news on my phone. It's a fun way to practice listening without feeling like studying.
Yes, learning doesn't have to be serious all the time. Even a short podcast or a song helps your brain stay connected to English.
Exactly. And sometimes the bus ride becomes this peaceful little moment. I just sit, breathe, and think about the day ahead.
I love that. A calm mind in the morning can make the whole day better.
Totally. So, to everyone listening, next time you're commuting, try describing it in English. Say things like, I'm on the bus. I'm listening to music. I'm going to work. That's how English becomes part of your real life.
That's such a good tip. Even small sentences matter. You don't have to be perfect, just consistent.
Exactly. Every little phrase you use builds your confidence. And remember, learning English isn't just about grammar. It's about expressing your daily life.
Well said, Jason. And speaking of daily life, we'll move to what happens after you arrive at work or school in our next part. But before that, let's remind our learners of something important. Progress isn't about perfection, it's about practice.
Yes. So, everyone, take a deep breath, smile, and get ready for a great day. You've already learned something new today, and that's a win.
So, after that morning commute, you finally get to work or school. That's when the real part of the day begins, right?
Oh, absolutely. For me, the first thing I do when I get to the office is grab another cup of coffee. It's like pressing the start button for my brain.
Same here. Coffee is like my morning motivation. But after that, I usually check my emails. It helps me see what's waiting for me that day.
That's smart. I do the same thing. Check emails, then make a quick to-do list. I like to start with small tasks first. It gives me a tiny sense of victory.
I love that. Tiny sense of victory. That's such a nice way to say it. And for our learners, you can say phrases like, I check my emails, I attend meetings, I write reports, or I have a class.
Yeah, and if you're a student, you might say, I study English, I take notes, or I do my homework. They're simple, but they describe your daily life perfectly.
Exactly. You don't need fancy words, just talk about what you actually do every day. For example, I read, I write, I talk with my teacher. That's already natural English.
Right. And it's amazing how these small, ordinary sentences can build your fluency. By repeating them every day, your mouth starts to think in English.
That's true. Jason, how do you stay focused at work? I sometimes get distracted after a few hours.
I totally understand that. My secret weapon is taking short breaks. When I feel my brain melting, I stretch or I just walk around the office for 5 minutes. It really helps.
That's such a healthy habit. In English, we say, I take a break or I have a short rest. Simple, but really useful.
And you know what's the best part of the day?
Don't tell me. Lunchtime?
You know me too well.
Me too, to be honest. I love lunchtime. What do you usually eat for lunch?
It depends. If I'm busy, I just grab something quick, maybe a sandwich. But if I have time, I go out with my coworkers. We chat about work, movies, or weekend plans.
That sounds nice. For me, lunch depends on my mood. Sometimes I eat at my desk, but sometimes I meet a friend at a small restaurant nearby. It's like a mini break for my brain.
That's a great way to put it. A mini break for my brain. Learners, when you talk about lunch, you can say, I eat lunch with my coworkers, I go out for lunch, or I bring my lunch from home.
Exactly. And here's a tip. In English, we don't always say eat lunch. We often say have lunch. It sounds more natural.
Right. Have lunch, have breakfast, have dinner. Example, I have lunch at 12:30. Easy and natural.
Jason, after lunch, do you ever feel sleepy?
Always. There's something magical about food. The moment I finish eating, I want to nap. My eyes just close by themselves.
That's so true. For our learners, you can say, I feel sleepy after lunch. It's a common, natural phrase.
And that's why so many people love the phrase, I need a coffee break.
Yes, let's practice together. Everyone repeat after us. I need a coffee break. Great. One more. I need some energy. Nice work.
After that little caffeine boost, it's time for the afternoon grind. What do you usually do after lunch, Lily?
I usually focus on more creative work, like writing lesson plans or preparing scripts like this one. I feel most creative in the afternoon.
That's interesting. For me, afternoons are quieter. I finish smaller tasks, check messages, and plan for the next day. It's like wrapping up loose ends.
Yeah, that makes sense. And in English, we often use verbs like finish, organize, review, and plan to describe afternoon work. For example, I finish my reports, I organize my files, I review my notes.
Perfect examples. And if you're a student, you can say, I finish my homework, I study with my friend, or I prepare for tomorrow's test.
Let's do a quick activity, Jason. Everyone listening, think about your day. What do you usually do in the afternoon? Say 1 or 2 sentences out loud.
Yeah, maybe I finish my project, or I read my textbook. Saying it out loud helps your brain connect English to real life.
Absolutely. Don't worry about mistakes. Just speak. That's how you grow.
Right. You can even record yourself and listen later. That's a great way to notice improvement.
Exactly. And remember, the afternoon isn't only about work. It's about mindset too. When you feel tired, take a deep breath, smile, and tell yourself, I can do one more thing.
That's beautiful, Lily. One small thing done today builds confidence for tomorrow.
That's so true. Jason, when your workday ends, how do you usually feel?
Honestly, tired, but happy. There's something satisfying about checking off the last task of the day.
I agree. I usually pack my bag, say goodbye to my coworkers, and leave the office around 6 p.m.
Same here. You can say, I finish work at 6, or I get off work at 6. That's a very natural expression.
Yes, get off work means to finish your working day. For example, I get off work at 6 and go home by bus.
Let's practice it together. Say it with us. I get off work at 6. Nice. You're doing great.
You know, that moment when you step outside after work, the air feels different, right?
Yeah. You can hear cars, people talking, the sound of the city breathing again. It's like the world slows down for a second.
Ugh, I love that image. The sky turns golden, people leave offices, and everything feels peaceful again.
It's that calm before dinner time, the moment to think, okay, I did my best today.
Exactly. And that takes us naturally into what comes next, our evening routine, how we relax after a long day.
But before we jump into that, let's quickly review some useful phrases from this part.
Great idea. So today we learned I check my emails, I take a break, I have lunch, I get off work, and also I feel sleepy after lunch, I need a coffee break.
Perfect. These small phrases are your daily English building blocks.
And remember, English isn't just something you study, it's something you live.
Exactly. Every sentence you say, every moment you describe brings you closer to fluency.
So take a moment right now and think, what did you do today? Try to say it in English.
That's your homework for tonight.
Spoken like a real teacher.
Well, you know me. Always sneaking in a little homework.
And that's why our learners love you.
Thanks, Lily. All right, now let's relax a little, grab a drink, and move on to the evening part of our day. The time when we finally get to breathe again.
When I finally get home after work, I feel like I've entered a new world. The moment I close the door, I drop my bag on the sofa and just breathe.
Same here. It's like pressing the reset button for your mind. The noise from outside fades away, and suddenly it's just peaceful.
Exactly. The first thing I do is change into comfortable clothes, wash my face, and sometimes light a small candle. It makes my apartment feel warm and cozy.
That sounds relaxing. For me, the first thing I do is open the fridge.
Typical Jason, always thinking about food.
Hey, after a long day, food is happiness. But seriously, I like to cook dinner when I have time. It helps me unwind.
What kind of food do you usually cook?
Usually pasta or noodles. But on lazy days, I just order takeout from my favorite restaurant. They already know my order by heart.
That's so relatable. I cook simple things too. Rice with veggies, sometimes soup. But when I'm tired, I just order something easy.
While I wait for my food, I usually scroll through social media or call my family. It's nice to check in with them after a long day.
Yeah, I do that too. I talk to my parents or message my best friend. It helps me stay connected. And for our learners, these are useful sentences. I call my parents. I talk with my friends. I spend time with my family.
And don't forget, you can also say, I relax, I take a shower, I watch TV. These are great phrases for talking about your evening routine.
Exactly. And if you want your story to sound more natural, try using linking words like then, after that, or before bed. For example, I take a shower, then I have dinner, and after that, I watch TV.
That's perfect. So, Lily, what kind of dinner do you like the most?
Sometimes pasta, sometimes rice, but when I want comfort food, I make instant noodles and watch a movie.
Same here. Noodles and Netflix. Best combo ever.
For sure. And you know, evenings are a great time to practice English too. Just 10 minutes can make a big difference.
Yeah, like watching a short English video, reading a small article, or reviewing what you learned that day.
Exactly. You can say, I study English in the evening, or I review my notes. When your mind is calm, it's easier to remember things.
That's so true. I also like the idea of having a small evening plan. For example, after work, I relax. I take a shower. I have dinner. I study English for 10 minutes.
That sounds lovely. A good evening routine helps you sleep better too. When your mind is calm, your dreams are peaceful.
I agree. Before bed, I sometimes write in my journal just one line about something I'm thankful for that day.
That's beautiful. I should start doing that too. Learners, you can say, I write in my journal, or I go to bed around 11. And of course, don't forget, I brush my teeth and I go to sleep.
The little things that make up real life.
Speaking of little things, let's talk about weekends. How do you spend yours, Jason?
Grinning. The first rule of my weekend, no alarm clock. I sleep in until the sunshine wakes me.
That sounds perfect. I like to go out for breakfast on weekends. A cafe, some soft music, people chatting quietly. It's my favorite atmosphere.
I love that. For me, I go for a walk in the park, breathe some fresh air, and just think about the week. It's like pressing reset for my brain.
Pressing reset. I love that phrase. Weekends are our chance to recharge and do what makes us happy.
Exactly. Learners, when you talk about weekends, you can say, I sleep late, I meet my friends, I visit my family, or I do housework. For example, I meet my friends on Sunday afternoon.
And here's a grammar tip. When we talk about habits or routines, we use the simple present tense. We say, I go, I work, I cook, not I am going.
Good point. So, you can say, on weekdays, I wake up early. On weekends, I wake up late. Very natural.
I like that. Weekdays give us structure, weekends give us freedom.
Beautifully said. But even on weekends, I try to keep one small habit, like reading a few pages of a book in English.
That's a great example of the 1% rule, doing one small thing every day to grow a little bit more.
Exactly. You don't need to do everything perfectly. You just need to do something consistently. Learners, you can say, I study a little every day, or I practice English every weekend.
And remember, learning English can be fun. You can watch a movie, listen to music, or talk to a friend in English. That still counts as practice.
Yes, don't think of English as only studying. Think of it as living in another language. Every word you use brings you closer to fluency.
So true. Weekdays give us progress, weekends give us balance. Together, they make life complete.
And at the end of every week, I like to reflect. I ask myself, what made me smile this week? It's a small way to stay grateful.
I love that. Gratitude makes learning easier too. When your heart is calm, your brain is open to new things.
Exactly. Gratitude is like mental rest. It recharges your motivation.
Speaking of reflection, do you ever think about your day before going to sleep?
I do. I often lie in bed and replay little moments, what went well, what I could do better. It helps me grow.
That's such a beautiful habit. Learners, you can practice reflection in English. Say things like, today I felt happy. Today I learned something new. Today I had a busy day.
These short sentences are perfect for building confidence. You don't have to write a long story, just a few lines from your heart.
For example, today I helped my coworker, or I cooked dinner from my family, or I studied English for 20 minutes. Even small actions matter.
Yeah, and sometimes the little moments, like a smile from a stranger or a funny text from a friend, can make the day special.
That's so true. When I remember those tiny moments, I realize even ordinary days are full of small miracles.
Beautifully said. And if you ever want to talk about your day in English, here's an easy way to structure it. In the morning, I. In the afternoon, I. In the evening, I.
Yes, it makes your story sound clear and natural. Let's give an example together. In the morning, I woke up at 7 and made coffee. In the afternoon, I worked at the office. In the evening, I had dinner and watched a movie.
Perfect. Now everyone listening, take 10 seconds and say your own version. Go ahead, we'll wait.
Great! You're practicing real English right now. And remember, if you forget a word, don't worry. The goal is to communicate, not to be perfect.
Exactly. Every time you speak, you strengthen the connection between your thoughts and the English language.
That's such a lovely image. Speaking isn't just about remembering words, it's about expressing feelings.
Yes, when you speak from your heart, English becomes alive.
And when you talk about your daily life, you're not just using words, you're sharing a piece of yourself.
That's what language is: emotion, memory, and connection.
I love that. And I think today's topic, daily schedule, is more than just grammar practice. It's also about gratitude.
Absolutely. When you describe your day, you realize how full your life already is. You wake up, you work, you eat, you learn, and every moment adds meaning.
Even when a day feels ordinary, it's part of your story. Every little routine is shaping the person you're becoming.
So, let's review some key phrases before we say goodbye, shall we?
Sure. Repeat after us, everyone. Wake up. Get dressed. Go to work. Take the bus. Have lunch. Finish work. Relax at home. Go to bed.
Perfect. And 3 bonus phrases to remember. Get on, get off for buses and trains, take a break when you rest, and have lunch or have dinner when you talk about meals.
Those are your daily English tools. Use them every day and they'll become natural.
And remember this: even if you learn just one phrase today, you've already improved.
Don't rush, don't compare, just keep going. Step by step, you'll get there.
Exactly. Let English become part of your life. Describe your mornings, talk about your afternoons, share your evenings.
You don't just study English, you live it. And when you live it, your confidence grows naturally.
So, tonight, before you go to sleep, say one small sentence in English. Maybe, I did my best today.
That's the perfect way to end the day. Simple, peaceful, and full of gratitude.
Beautiful words, Lily. And beautiful effort, everyone listening.
Thank you all for spending time with us today.
Yes, thank you for learning with Miss Lily English.
Keep practicing, keep smiling, and remember, every day is a new chance to grow.
We'll see you in the next lesson. Until then, take care, keep shining, and good night, everyone.